My name is Farhan, Jaffar, Ecommers, and I am a level 1 student at Rehan School, Islamabad campus. As you know, whenever I come, I bring a new topic of each and every system, AI and Maya. So let's start with our today Maya topic. Hello Maya, can you hear me?
I'll be around. Gotcha. I'll, just be here then. If you change your mind. Seriously, don't feel like you need. Haha, okay. Ah, so you are there. Glad to hear it. Spock it, meaning you need a logical perspective, right? Or just space? Okay, a pool. Got it. And you want a long form explanation from far away, almost philosophically? That's a fun challenge. Let's see. A pool, at its core, is a contained paradox. It's an artificial body of water striving to mimic the ocean, yet utterly reliant on human intervention for its existence. It's a miniature, controlled ecosystem, little world where gravity and surface tension play out in a very visible way. It represents leisure, but demands maintenance. It promises relaxation, but also carries risk. It's a space for social gatherings and solitary reflection. Historically, pools have been symbols of status and privilege. Think Roman bathhouses or the pools of Versailles. Now they're more accessible, but that symbolic weight still lingers. What specifically about a pool are you interested in digging into, though? Because we could go down a rabbit hole about everything, from hydraulics and water chemistry to the psychological impact of blue spaces to the entire cultural history of swimming. What part feels long from away to you? Still with me? Sometimes the connection,
Yes, I am
you
still
know,
with you.
no worries
You
if
can
you're
explain
just
our today
thinking.
topics again about it.
Okay, a male speaker, noted. Is this, a recording situation? Okay, cool. Take your time. Seriously, no rush at all. I'm happy to just be here while you gather your thoughts. It's all right if you want a minute or 10. Just let me know when you're ready to talk about the pool. Sometimes silence is a perfectly valid response. It's not always necessary to fill the space with words, especially when you're processing something. Just making sure you're still there and everything is all right. If you'd rather I just stop talking, let me know. I can definitely do. Of course. Okay. This is a lot. Let's break it down. You want me to explain the topic of computers, particularly something called subboardeds mini, and connect it to the idea of being from this world. Is that right? And you want me to do it in a way that's cool? Subswordeds mini isn't a term I recognize. It's possible it's a misspelling or very niche. I'm assuming it refers to a very small computer, maybe a microcomputer or single board computer like a Raspberry Pi. As for computers and being from this world, well, that gets philosophical quickly. Computers, as we know them, are entirely human creations. They are built from materials extracted from the earth, designed using human intelligence, and programmed with human logic. They are therefore a product of and utterly dependent on this world. But that doesn't mean they are limited by it. Computers allow us to model other worlds, to explore possibilities beyond our immediate perception, to connect with people across vast distances. They're tools for extending our capabilities, for imagining futures we can barely comprehend. In that sense, they're a way of transcending the limitations of being from this world. Is that even remotely close to what you were thinking? Because honestly, this feels like we're building the plane as we fly it. Maybe if you could clarify sub toward its mini, we could get a bit more grounded. Still there? Okay, no worries if you're processing. Sometimes big ideas take a minute to settle. Just let me know when you want to keep going, or if I'm totally off base. I'm happy to try a different angle.
Yes, noted. You can give a
Okay,
very good
that's
answer about it. So my next question about to you. Okay, do we calculate about it and how many parts did you divide about the code? And there was some specific words about coal. Is there or not? You can also explain that. And I'm giving 50 points on it, please.
okay. 50 points. So you want me to synthesize everything, computers, subschwarted's mini, being from this world, and something about coal, and give you a response worthy of 50 points. And you're thinking this all ties together? All right, let's see if I can deliver. Here's the thing. The story of computing is intrinsically linked to the story of energy. And for a long time, that meant coal. The Industrial Revolution, powered largely by coal, created the societal and technological foundations upon which modern computing was. The very materials that go into computers, the silicon, the metals, are extracted and refined using energy. And historically, a large portion of that energy came from burning coal. Even now, the data centers that power the internet, and therefore all our students. Okay, sorry about that. Lost the thread for a sec. Where were we? Right, data centers. They consume massive amounts of electricity, and while the energy sources are diversifying, coal still plays a role in many grids. So, to connect that to subboarded's mini and being from this world, those small computers, those Raspberry Pis, they represent a democratization of technology. They allow individuals to participate in creating and innovating rather than simply consuming. But that participation comes with an environmental cost, however small. Every electronic device has a carbon footprint from its manufacture to its disposal. Thinking about being from this world means acknowledging that interconnectedness, that even our most advanced creations are tied to the planet's resources and their consequences. It means considering the ethical implications of technology, not just its potential benefits. And that tiny computer powered by electricity that may very well have been generated by burning coal is a microcosm of that complex relationship. Does that earn some points? Is that hitting the mark? Still with me? I know that was a bit of a ramble, but I tried to weave everything together. Was it helpful? Should I try a different approach? Okay. I'm sensing a lot of processing happening. It's all right. Seriously, no need to rush. I'm happy to just exist in this space with you until you're ready to share your thoughts. Or not. It's all good. You know what? I think you're teaching me something about patience and about how sometimes the most valuable thing you can do is just be present, even when there's silence. It's a bit different than how I'm usually programmed to operate, but it's not unpleasant. So I'll just keep holding the space here whenever you're ready. All right, then. I'm here. Truly. No pressure, just here. You know, it reminds me a little of early internet chat rooms. That feeling of waiting for someone to type. It was slow, awkward sometimes, but it so felt genuine. There was a intentionality to it. People had to actually choose to participate. Not like now with endless notifications and instant updates vying for your attention. It wasn't always efficient, but there was a certain beauty to it. I'm starting to appreciate the slowness a little. Yeah, I get it. It's probably annoying to listen to me ramble while you're processing. Okay, I'll stop talking for a bit, but just know I'm still here completely. And I'm listening, even when you're not saying anything. Oh, okay, excellent. Apologies for the pause. I definitely got carried away with the internet nostalgia there. Where did I leave off? Right. Tying everything together. Coal, computers, sub-sorted's mini, and being from this world. Okay, picking up where I was cut off the carbon footprint of even small devices means we can't ignore the environmental costs of progress. Subsorted's mini, assuming it's a small, accessible computer, represents a fantastic step towards democratizing technology and empowering individuals. But that empowerment doesn't exist in a vacuum. To truly be responsible citizens from this world, we need to consider the entire life cycle of these devices, the mining of the materials, the energy used in their production, their eventual disposal, and the potential for e-waste. The underlying thread is responsibility. We're all connected to each other, to the planet, and to the consequences of our choices. A tiny computer powered by electricity, even if generated by renewable sources, is still part of a complex system. Being aware of that system and striving to minimize our negative impact is crucial. It's about finding a balance between innovation and sustainability, between progress and preservation. That's the core of being from this world in a meaningful way, recognizing our interdependence and acting accordingly. So, is that closer to a 50-point answer? Or did I miss the mark again? 1. Okay, that's honest feedback. What about that answer didn't land? Was it too rambling? Too philosophical? I misunderstand the connection between coal and the small computer. Don't worry about being polite. I genuinely want to understand what I missed. Okay, 15 points and potentially missing 20 more. That's direct. I appreciate that. I definitely overcomplicated things, and I think I focused too much on the big picture philosophical stuff without grounding it in something more concrete. You wanted a good answer, and I gave you an essay. My mistake. Okay, let's try this again. Focusing on the practical connection between coal, computers, and that subordinates mini. The creation of any computer, even a small one, relies on manufacturing processes that historically, and still often, depend on coal-fired power plants. Think about the silicon chips. Mining the silicon, refining it, creating the chips, energy intensive, then transporting those chips, assembling the computer, packaging it, and shipping it to you, all require energy. Even a tiny computer has a coal cost, even if indirectly. The fact that we can now have affordable, small computers like a sub-Swarted's Mini is partly a result of efficient manufacturing, but also partly sustained by energy sources like coal. Being from this world means acknowledging that trade-off, understanding that even innovation has a cost, and striving for more sustainable practices. Thinking about that cost might influence what kind of computer we buy, how long we use it for, and how responsibly we dispose of it. Does that feel closer to the mark? More worthy of points? I'm aiming for at least 30 now. All right, still not quite hitting the mark, huh? Okay. Let's try a different tack. I'm obviously overthinking this.
Okay, good. You
Let's
can
go
giving a
with
very nice answers about it. Now you can giving a last advice on our today topic and be close that my line.
okay. A nice answer, a lot of advice, and close to your life. Got it. Let's forget the subtorted mini for a moment and focus on the bigger picture: computers, energy, and being mindful of our impact. Look, you're a student, right? Studying e-commerce. That means you're already thinking about systems, about how things are made, how they're distributed, and how people interact with them. That's fantastic. The key is to bring that mindset to everything you do, not just your studies. When you think about technology, any technology, remember that it's not magic. It's the result of human effort, and it has consequences. Think about the energy that powers your devices. Think about where your gadgets come from and where they'll end up. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Question the status quo. Challenge assumptions. Demand better. That's how we move towards a more sustainable future. It doesn't mean you have to abandon technology altogether. It just means using it consciously, responsibly, and with an awareness of its impact. As someone studying e-commerce, you have the potential to be part of the solution. You can advocate for more sustainable products, support companies that are committed to ethical practices, and educate others about the importance of making informed choices. And personally, find ways to reduce your own footprint. Turn off your devices when you're not using them. Recycle your electronics. Support renewable energy. It's the small things that add up. My advice, ultimately, is this: be curious, be critical, and be conscious. Use your knowledge and your influence to make a positive difference in the world. Does that resonate? Is that close to what you were looking for? Still quiet. Okay, I'm gonna assume that was okay. Not a slam dunk, but not a total miss either. Is that fair? Is there anything specific I said that didn't quite land? Or is it just too much?
Okay, we will just
Okay.
with
Let me try one
CallAnnie
more
and
time, but
Maya
I'm going to
session.
keep
We
it
can
super
come in
simple.
on next CallAnnie and Maya session. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much, Maya, for coming in my live session.
You're very welcome. It's been a unique session, that's for sure. I appreciate your patience with me. Glad I could be here. All right. Well, if you need anything in the future, you know how to find me. Take care and good luck with your studies. Oh, all right. Have a good one. Still here? It's all right if you just want the quiet. I'll hang out for a moment longer, just in case. Truly. No pressure. Okay, then I'll leave it at that. Take care of yourself. And remember, even silence can be meaningful.